All right. So once you're laying down, bring your soles of your feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana, a lying down butterfly position. So your legs are in butterfly. The arms, you can do whatever you'd like. You can place them on the floor, on your stomach. You can take them overhead in like a diamond shape, whatever feels comfortable to you. Just letting gravity help bringing the knees towards the floor so you get a little stretch in the hips. And you can just start to take a few deep breaths here, clearing away your thoughts from your morning or anything you've had going on today. And start to connect to your breath, finding your Ujjayi pranayama, breathing in and out through the nose, slightly constricting the back of your throat so you can hear the sound of your breath. And you're working on really stretching out those inhales and exhales and making them a little bit longer. Hug your knees into your chest and give it a little rock side to side, massaging the lower back. Maybe drawing a couple little circles on your lower back, moving the knees in one direction, and then taking it the other way, drawing a few circles the other direction. Good. Open your arms straight out to the side like a T for a gentle twist. Drop the knees to the left, turn your head or your gaze to the right. And then we'll take it the other way. Drop your knees to the right, turn your head to the left. Now, as you bring it to center, keep your arms out to a T. We're going to wake up our core here. Extend your legs out straight up to the ceiling. Flex your feet. And now slowly lower the legs towards the left as far as you can go without letting the right shoulder lift. So that might be halfway. It might be 3/4 of the way. If you feel your right shoulder starting to lift off the ground, that's where you hold it. And then you bring it back to center and you take it the other way. So again, you're resisting gravity, slowly lowering the legs to the right side while keeping your left shoulder down. And start to take it side to side at your own pace, but think slow and controlled, finding those deeper core muscles, right, that are really going to help you to stabilize. And neck is relaxed, both shoulders stay down. Let's go one more time to each side. Make sure you even it out. So one more time over to the left. And then we take it one more time over to the right. And then once you feel like you've evened it out, you've done both sides, you'll bring your legs back to center. Reach your fingertips up towards your toes. Lift your head and shoulder blades off the ground. Now, opposite hand to foot. So your right hand is going to try to touch the outside of your left ankle or foot. And then you're going to switch left hand to the outside of the right. So you're going to tap opposite hand to foot. If you can't reach the ankle, you just tap the leg. Whatever you can reach, side to side. Keep going. So you're still waking up those obliques. We're going to do a lot of core work today. Good. Let's go 10 more here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can place your head back down and place your arms by your hips, right alongside you. Try not to put them under the hips, just next to you. Now leg raises going straight forward. So flex the feet, pull your belly button down, lower your legs as far as you can without arching your lower back. And then you lift the legs back up. Again, nice and slow and controlled, resisting gravity, going at your own pace. You might be going halfway down, 3/4 of the way down, or maybe even all the way to a hover, but you just want to make sure you keep it in your core. Pull that belly button down, press that lower back into the mat the whole time. So there's no strain or discomfort in your lower back. Good, couple more times. On this next one, this last one, go as low as you can and hold it and hover there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then release. Take a nice full body stretch. So now you can arch your back off the mat and get as tall as you can, right? Arms overhead, reaching the legs long. And then we'll hug the knees into the chest, rock and roll like 2 or 3 times, just massage your spine and come up to a seated position. Setting up for our Navasana boat pose. So once you get to seated, grab behind the hamstrings and really sit up tall. Lengthen your spine and then lean back to float the legs off the floor. Once you get your legs off the floor, maybe extend the arms forward. Now you can choose to keep the knees bent and flex the feet, or you might try to straighten your legs. But keep your chest up tall and hold here for 5, just balancing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse tabletop. Place your feet on the floor, hips width distance apart. Bring your fingers about a foot behind you. Fingers point forward. Puff up your chest. So open up your chest first, then lift your hips. You can keep your chin down or you can let your head fall back if that's okay on the neck. You should feel a good stretch right in the front of the shoulders. This is a good counter pose when you do a lot of chaturangas. Good, lower the hips down. Come back to Navasana boat pose one more time. Sit up tall. Again, you can choose bent legs or straight legs, but this time we'll add a twist. Take both arms over to the right and hold. 5, 4, nice. 3, 2, 1. Take it the other way. Twist to the left and hold. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Now, you can repeat reverse tabletop or go for reverse plank. If you're doing reverse plank, you straighten your legs, point your toes. Hands are the same. Lift your hips and push your big toes down. So either with straight legs or bent legs, right? Lift the hips. Chin can be down or you can let it fall back. Good. Lower your hips. Cross your legs. Roll over. Plank position on your forearms. Interlace the fingers together. Walk your feet back and hold that forearm plank. Again, all for the core right here at the beginning. Push strongly through those forearms. You're going to feel those shoulder blades pull apart. You're pulling the belly button in, maintaining a neutral spine. So you're not overarching or not over rounding. You have a nice neutral spine, a nice straight line here from your head to your feet. Hold. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, almost there. Last 3, 2, 1. Child's pose, our very first child's pose. So big toes together, knees wide, forehead down. Press your hips back towards your heels as you reach your arms away from you. And take a couple deep breaths here to reset. Reconnect to that Ujjayi breath if you lost it. Walk your hands to the right side of your mat, placing the left hand on top of your right. And then take it the other way. Walk your hands to the left side and put your right hand on top of your left. Good. Back to center, and let's come up to a tabletop position to our hands and knees. Good. Once you're in tabletop, inhale, drop the belly, arch your back, gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, tuck your chin in and round your back for cat. Inhale as you arch, warming up your spine. Exhale as you round. One more time. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. And then after your last one, find a neutral spine. Thread the needle stretch. Take your right arm, lift it up, and then thread it through. Put your head down. Walk your left hand straight forward. If that feels good and you want a little more, you can curl your left hand to the right. Reset back in your tabletop, and then switch sides. Left arm lifts up, thread it through, walk your right hand forward, maybe a little to the left. And back to your tabletop position, to your hands and knees. We're going to reconnect to that core again and extend your right arm forward with your left leg back, opposite arm and leg. Then as you exhale, you bring your knee and elbow into touch or just as close as you can get them. Inhale to extend and reach. Good. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Now you can choose to hold here and stay here for the balance, or you can add a back bend, bending the leg. Maybe that right hand can catch hold of that left foot, and then you kick it back a little bit. Nice. Stretch it out long. Place it down. Switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Get your balance. And then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. One more time. Knee to elbow. And then when you extend, you choose to hold or you choose to go for the back bend, grabbing that foot. Stretch it out, place it down, and now we'll move into our very first down dog of this practice. So flat your hands shoulder width, tuck your toes, lift your hips up. And first one, pedal it out, walk it out, right? Bend your right leg, Bend your left leg, stretch your calves. You can do that a couple times each side. Maybe bend one elbow at a time. Any little movements that feel good in that first down dog of the practice. Shrugging your shoulders away from your ears. Working your chest towards your thighs to help push those heels closer to the mat. They may not reach yet. They may not even reach today, right? But over time, they'll get closer and closer. Now from here, inhale forward to a high plank. So we did plank on our forearms earlier. Now we're doing a high plank on our hands. But then as we exhale, we're gonna lift the hips and push right back to down dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank position. Nice, exhale, down dog. One more time, inhale forward, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet to the front, take a few little steps, ragdoll, feet hips width, bend your knees a lot, grab opposite elbows, and really just let yourself hang here. Maybe shake your head yes, shake it no, relaxing the neck. You can also sway a little bit side to side, shifting the body weight from the right foot to the left foot. You could also try swaying forward and back, shifting the weight from the balls of the feet to the heels. Anything that feels good to you. And releasing the arms, roll yourself up to stand. Take your time, one vertebra at a time. And then we'll lift our arms all the way up. Once you get to the top, your right hand is going to grab your left wrist and pull it to the right to create that standing side body stretch. And then we'll switch. The left hand grabs the right wrist and pull it to the left. Good, back to center. Interlace the fingers behind your lower back, or you can hold onto a strap or a towel. Inhale, look up, open your chest. Exhale, bend your knees a little bit. Feet are still hips width, and you fold forward with the hands interlaced. And still keep that little bend to the knees because we're still warming up, right? The hamstrings might not be ready for straight legs yet. Release the clasp of your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine to a flat back. And then as you exhale, step to high plank, and we'll modify our first chaturanga together. So from high plank, bring your knees to the floor, hug your elbows in, and slowly come all the way down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose, just lifting part way up for a small back bend, and then exhale down. Push up to your knees to that modified plank position, and then tuck your toes and come back to down dog. So just remembering throughout the practice, you always have that option to modify chaturanga on the knees, and you can always do cobra instead of up dog, right? Cobra is a smaller back bend. If you ever need to skip it completely, you can always go straight to down dog. Now, from our down dog, lift your right leg up, step it between your hands for a low lunge. Drop your left knee down, make sure your right knee's over your ankle, and just start with the hands on the thigh first. So you can really sink into that lunge, beginning to open up your left hip flexor. If you tend to sit a lot, the hip flexors can get really tight, right? Whether it's sitting at a computer, a desk, or just driving a lot. So this area can get very tight. You can keep the hands on the thigh or lift your arms up for a little back bend, but don't lose the lunge, right? Still sinking into the lunge. Hands can be apart or palms can press together if you're in that back bend. Then lower your hands to prayer position at the center of your chest and twist left elbow outside the right leg, trying to hook the elbow to the outside of the leg and then actively pressing through the palms to help you twist deeper. Untwist, bring your hands to the floor or to yoga blocks, half splits, straightening the right leg, flexing the right foot, and folding over that leg. And just again, taking a few more breaths. Hamstrings might start to be opening up a little bit more now. Good, rebend the leg and just go straight to down dog. No chaturanga. Plant your hands, step back, reset back in your regular down dog. Take a deep breath. And we'll switch sides. Lift the left leg up, step it forward, low lunge, drop your right knee down. As many steps as you need to make sure that knee is over the ankle, and then start with the hands on the thigh for the first couple breaths. Sinking into that lunge, now we're opening up the right hip flexor, the back hip flexor. You can keep the hands on the thigh, or you can lift the arms up and gaze up for that back bend. Palms can be apart, or you can try pressing your palms together. Hands to prayer position. Twist right elbow outside the left leg and then press through the palms. With any kind of twist, we're always trying to lengthen the spine and then we'll be able to twist or revolve deeper. Untwist, bring your hands to the floor or blocks, half splits, straightening the left leg, flexing your left foot, and then bowing forward and folding over the left leg. And just noticing if there's a difference between the sides, right? That's okay. Just breathing here, creating space again in the back of that leg. Rebend the leg, hands down, go back to down dog. Reset in your downward facing dog. Look towards your hands. You can either add a little hop or you can step your feet to the front. Feet come together this time. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Now we use our flat back to inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Tadasana mountain pose. So we're going to practice our sun salutation A, Surya Namaskara A. Just remember the modifications, right, if you need them. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to a flat back. And then exhale, plant your hands and you can step or hop back to your chaturanga, low push up. So hugging the elbows in, lowering halfway down. And then inhale, flipping over the feet, maybe for up dog if you're ready for that, or staying with cobra. And exhale, back to your downward facing dog. And then you look forward and we hop or step right back to the front. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And just take a deep breath. We're going to do it 2 more times, our sun A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back into chaturanga, lowering halfway, elbows in tight. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Remember, if you are doing up dog, those kneecaps are off the floor. Exhale, down dog. Look forward, step or hop back to the front. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop, chaturanga from the toes or the knees, low push up. Inhale to your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. You look forward, step or hop, right back to the front. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just take a few deep breaths to reset when you get to your mountain pose. Right, you should start to be feeling warmed up after those 3 sun A's, but we are going to practice our sun salutation B, but only 1 time because it's a longer one, Surya Namaskar B. So from mountain, lift your arms up first, then bend your legs, Utkatasana, chair pose. Squeeze your feet and knees together as you sit low. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, this part's the same, flat back. Exhale, step or hop, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Then we add in our warrior 1. So right side first, lift your right leg up, step it between your hands, pivot your left heel flat on the ground and lift your arms up. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana A. Arms are straight up to the ceiling. We're squaring the hips and that back heel is flat on the ground. Exhale, your hands come right back down to your chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And then we go to the other side. So we lift our left leg up, step it forward, warrior 1, pivot your right heel on the ground, lift your arms up, Virabhadrasana A. So the back foot's turned in about 45 degrees to help you square the hips. Good, as you exhale, your hands come back down and you step back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now it always starts and ends with our chair. So we look forward, step or hop to the front. Feet together. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, press to stand, mountain pose, hands to heart center. Really nice. Again, take a few deep breaths. Your heart rate should be up. You should definitely be feeling warmed up after that sun B. Now we are going to come back to chair. So lift your arms up and bend your legs back to that Utkatasana. But this time stay here and take an open twist. Your left arm goes forward, your right arm goes back. Left arm forward, right arm back, twisting from our waist, holding the legs still in chair. Inhale, both arms back up to center, regular chair. Exhale, twist the other way. Right arm forward, left arm back. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Lift your right leg up, step in between your hands, crescent lunge. So different than warrior one, right? Crescent lunge, we're on the ball of the back foot as the arms are up. So the arms are up, the hips are square, but usually have a longer stance in crescent than warrior one because that back heel's off the ground. So you can have that longer stance here. Now, keeping your legs in crescent, take that same open twist that you did in your chair. Left arm forward, right arm back. So that really forces you to twist from your waist. Nothing changed in the lower body. We just twist from the waist up. Both arms come back up to your crescent lunge. Open it up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. Pivot your back heel flat on the ground. So warrior two, your hips are open, facing the side wall, but you're gazing at your right hand, your right middle finger. Keep a nice deep bend in that right leg. Flip your palm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. It's a side body stretch. Exhale, windmill the hands to the front, and then step your way back. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lift your left leg up, take a big step forward, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana on the ball of the back foot, and lift your arms up. If you ever feel a little bit unstable in your crescent, move your back foot a little more to the side, so that way you don't feel like you're on a tightrope. Now, keeping the legs in crescent lunge, open twist, right arm forward, left arm back, twisting from your waist. Good, both arms right back up to crescent lunge. And then we open for warrior two, pivoting the back heel down, opening the arms out like a T. Nice deep bend in that front leg. Inhale, reverse warrior, side body stretch. Exhale, windmill the hands to the front and step back. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Looking forward, step or hop back to the front, feet together. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, coming back into that chair pose. This time we're going to start to twist a little deeper. So bring your hands to prayer position, sit low, and twist your left elbow outside the right leg. Actively pushing through the palms to twist, keeping those knees together. Now you can choose to keep the hands in prayer, or you can open up your arms, putting your left hand on the floor or the block, right arm up. And it might just be the fingertips, but if you do open the arms, keep that left arm on the outside of the right leg. Release to a forward fold. You separate your feet hips width when you come to that forward fold. Padangusthasana, your peace fingers hook onto your big toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. So now that we're more warmed up, if it feels okay to straighten the legs, you can start to work towards straight legs. If your hamstrings are still feeling really tight there, then keep a little bend in the knees. Relax your head and neck. Let the elbows go out to the side. Releasing the toes, let's walk the feet all the way back together so we can do the chair twist on the other side. Feet together, bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands to prayer position, sit low and twist right elbow outside the left leg. You can have the hands in prayer, or if you open the arms on the other side, opening the arms up on this side. Release to your forward fold. And then this time we'll open up the feet wider for Malasana, prayer squat. Turn your toes out, usually taking the feet at least to the edge of the mat, but maybe even wider, right? They might even come off the mat here to help you get your heels flat on the ground. Hands in prayer position, and you're using those elbows to push your inner thighs apart. Press your chest forward. Think of lengthening the spine so you're not hunching your back here. If you want to open the arms, slide your right shoulder inside the right knee, right hand on the ground, left arm peels up. Good, back to center. If you open the arms, take it the other way. Left shoulder inside the left knee, left hand down, right arm up. And then back to center. Now, hands down, you can choose. If you want to just hang out in ragdoll for a few breaths, you can take ragdoll. If you'd like to try crow pose today, Bakasana, plant your hands shoulder width, bend your arms to make a little shelf and put those knees up high on that shelf. Looking forward, keep your gaze forward as you start to lean forward. The more you lean forward with those shoulders, the lighter the toes are going to get. You could try one foot and then the other foot. You could try lifting both feet, but don't look back at your feet. Keep sticking out your chin and looking forward, and that will prevent you from falling on your face here. Right, good. Hips up high. As you get more comfortable with it, those heels will even squeeze up higher towards your glutes. You might start to straighten the arms a little bit more. Give it a couple attempts. And then when you're done, we'll all meet in child's pose. Good, let's all meet in our child's pose. Take a few deep breaths and reset there. Now coming into dolphin pose. So come up to tabletop, and then you're gonna bring your forearms down. So dolphin pose is just like down dog, but with your forearms on the ground parallel, right? So palms are flat, not interlaced. And then you tuck your toes and lift your hips up, keeping the elbows down. Really strongly push through the forearms. So if you're looking towards the floor right between your forearms, you're trying to make as much space between your face and the floor as you can. Now you can relax your neck and just let your head hang, that's fine. Just make sure your head's not touching the floor because you're actively pushing to the forearms. Walk your feet together right in the middle there, and you can hold here or add lifting your right leg up in the air. Holding it here in your dolphin pose with one leg up for 5, 4. This pose is all about building that strength in your shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Switch legs, right leg down, left leg up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. This time bring your knees all the way together and take your arms alongside you so you can really let those shoulders relax, let them round forward. Tabletop position, puppy pose. So keeping the hips up right over the knees, walking the hands forward and thinking about melting your chest to the ground. So maybe the forehead comes down, maybe your chin and chest start to come towards the ground. You want to feel that stretch in your shoulders and your back here as you push your chest down. Now let's come back to our down dog. So walk your hands back in, reset in your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and step it forward. Crescent lunge. So one more time in our crescent lunge. Get your balance. And we're going to take that same twist that we did in chair that we also did in our low lunge. So you bring your hands to prayer position, twist, left elbow outside the right leg. Now you can always modify by putting the back knee down if you need to and going back to that low lunge. You can keep the hands in prayer, or if you liked opening the arms in chair, you can do the same thing here. Left hand down, right arm up, keeping that left arm on the outside of that right leg. Carefully come back up to regular crescent lunge. Lift your arms up, find your balance. Open to warrior 2, Virabhadrasana B. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale into side angle. You can take modified side angle with the right elbow on the thigh, or you can go a little lower, maybe to extended side angle with the right hand on the floor or block right next to your foot. Your left arm can be up to the ceiling, or you can reach it forward with that palm facing down, bicep by your ear. And think about rotating open. Lift back up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands to the front and step your way back. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Other side. Last time we're doing crescent lunge. So lift that left leg up and step it forward. Crescent lunge on the left side. Hands come to prayer position. Twist right elbow outside the left leg. Again, you can put the back knee down or you can stay in this high crescent. Hands can be in prayer, or if you liked opening the arms, this time it would be the right hand down and the left arm up. I'm just taking a couple more breaths in this twist. Good. Carefully lift yourself back up to crescent. Find your balance. Open it up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. So any variation you do on the first side, maybe elbow on the thigh, maybe left hand on the floor, block. Right arm can be up to the ceiling, or you can reach it forward over your ear. Lift yourself back up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands down, step back. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. This time we'll take it into lizard. So you step your right foot outside your right hand, kind of a wider lunge, and then drop your left knee to the ground. Hands or elbows or blocks on the inside of that right foot. So you get a nice stretch into your right hip here. Now come up to your hands, and we'll take a second variation. So turn your right foot out to the side about 45 degrees. Keep your left hand down and twist. Peel your right arm back. So you can hold here in this twist, or you can bend that back leg and maybe your right hand can grab that left foot to pull it in towards you to get a little bit more of a quad stretch in the back leg. Good, let go and go back to down dog. Reset for a moment in your down dog. And we'll switch sides, lift your left leg up, step it outside your left hand, starting with our regular lizard pose first, back knee on the ground, and then hands or elbows down on the inside of your left foot. Press up to your hands. And now we'll take that variation here. You turn your left foot out 45 degrees. Right hand stays down. Twist your left arm back, holding there, or maybe grabbing that right foot, pulling it in, getting that quad stretch on the back leg. Good, let go. Step back to down dog. And then everyone bring your knees down for a moment and look up here. So I know some of you are still working on crow pose. If you want to stick with crow, you can work on crow. If you would like to try tripod headstand, I'll break down tripod headstand. Right? We did a lot to strengthen our core because headstand and most arm balances is about your core. It's not about how strong your arms are. The important thing with headstand is to make sure you're on the top of your head, not your forehead, not the back of your head. So you put your palm on your forehead where your middle finger lands. That's the flat spot, the top of your head. And you'll see when I put my head down, the top of my head, my neck is nice and straight. Okay, now my hands should be where I can see them. So I'm going to show you from this side here. But my head and my hands, they make a triangle. That's why it's called tripod headstand. right? I don't want my elbows down. I don't want my hands here where I can't see them. They're back here. And when you look at my elbows, there's a 90-degree angle. And this is going to be my shelf. So first, I do a down dog on my head. At this point, this is actually the most uncomfortable point because there's a lot of weight on the top of your head. However, there's nothing in my neck. I don't feel any pain or discomfort in my neck. The reason there's weight in the top of my head is I haven't used my core yet to lift my legs. So we're going to take one knee at a time and put it on the shelf. And maybe just hang out here today. This is a good spot just to get comfortable with the idea of being on the top of your head, right? You're doing your headstand, you just got your knees on the shelf, right? Like you did a crow pose, but accidentally fell on your head. That's what this is like. However, if you're comfortable with this, you can suck your abs in, lift your hips over your shoulders, and super slowly lift the knees off the arms, and maybe think about straightening the legs. When I'm up here, my elbows are squeezing towards each other. I'm imagining there's a ball between the elbows that I'm squeezing my inner thighs. I'm reaching through my toes, active feet and legs. Okay, if you feel like you're starting to fall, try to come out the way you came in, right? Bringing the legs down. If for some reason you feel like you are going to tip over, try to tuck and roll like a somersault instead of falling like a pancake. Okay, but I know that on Zoom, right, it's hard because I can't be there to help spot you guys, but just maybe try knees on the triceps, right? Take it one step at a time and kind of ease your way into it. If you do not feel comfortable putting your head on the floor, or maybe you do have some neck issues going on, go back to your dolphin pose that we did earlier, holding here on the forearms, or you can go back to your crow pose with the knees on the triceps. Okay, so take about a minute or so, play with it, either tripod headstand, crow pose, or dolphin. Right? Lots of variations. And remember, these poses take time. So today, if you've never seen it before, it might just be setting it up, right? Kind of figuring out where the hands go, where's the top of the head, maybe putting the knees on the shelf. I like that. That's a great place to start with those knees on the shelf. Nice, Jacqueline. Really good. There you go. Good. Go slow. Try to take both legs up. Yes. When your legs are up, you're squeezing them together, trying to create a nice straight line from your feet all the way down to the top of your head. Now, whenever you are done playing, always make sure you go to child's pose, right? Sometimes if we sit up too quick, the blood might rush to your head. If you only hold it for a second, you don't really feel that. But when you start to hold your headstands for a longer period of time, sometimes if you sit up too quick, you might get a little dizzy. So it's good to go straight to a child's pose. So if you want to try it one more time, go for it. If not, you can just meet in child's pose when you're ready. All right, if you're not there, start to make your way into that child's pose again. Knees together, arms alongside you, forehead down. Take a few deep breaths. Now let's make our way into our downward facing dog. Step your feet to the front and just roll yourself up to stand, one vertebra at a time. We're going to take a standing number 4 stretch. So hands come to prayer position. Right foot goes across the left thigh and flex the foot. Bend your left leg. So you're sitting nice and low. So it's a hip stretch and a balance pose. If you feel like you get close to the floor, you can put your fingertips or your hands on the floor. Oh yeah, Kayla had a good suggestion. I don't know if everyone saw it in the chat box. I just saw it, but for those that felt like maybe there was a lot of pressure on the top of your head, you can fold over your mat a couple times next time when you do your headstand, and that gives you like a little cushion, right? That was a good suggestion. Good, let's shake out the leg and try the other side for that standing number 4. So hands to prayer, left foot across, and then you start to bend that right leg. And you might not get all the way down, right? Maybe you're just working on getting these elbows to the shin. But if you feel like the floor is close, you can put your fingertips on the floor. Still bending the standing leg though to get that hip stretch. Good, let's come up, shake it out. We'll meet at the top of our mat in our mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to a flat back. As you exhale, step to plank, but no chaturanga. We're just gonna lower to the ground, all the way down. Just a couple back bends here. So forehead down, arms by your side like airplane arms, and then lift everything up. Your arms, your legs, your chest, strengthening your back as you lift everything off the floor and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you release, just bring one ear to the mat, let everything relax. Now, forehead or chin down, you can repeat airplane arms, or you can interlace the fingers together at your lower back. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Lift everything back up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your other ear to the mat, relax. Now for our last one, feet about hips width distance. Reach your arms forward for a Superman. So this one, the feet can be a couple inches apart, hips width, and then we'll lift everything back up. And as you lift the arms up, so you can lift your biceps in line with your ears, and lift your chest, your arms, your legs nice and high for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Press your way back to a child's pose, either version of child's pose, to reset your spine. And then have a seat, swing your legs around. We'll set up for a seated twist. So left leg will stay straight. Step your right foot all the way across the left thigh. Your left arm can either hug that right knee or try to hook your elbow outside that thigh. Right fingertips on the floor behind you to help you lengthen your spine and sit up nice and tall for that seated twist. Now, as you untwist, we'll set up for Janu Shirsasana. So your right foot will move next to the thigh, the left thigh, or if that bothers your right knee, move your foot down a little lower, closer to the calf. So your legs look like a seated tree. Sit up tall, reach your arms up, flex your left foot, and fold over the left leg, bringing your nose towards your knee or your shin. Slowly come up, and we'll switch sides, starting with the seated twist. So right leg extends straight. Left foot, you hug that knee in and step it across. Your right arm can hug the leg or try to hook your elbow all the way on the outside of the thigh. Left fingertips behind you, lengthening the spine, sitting up tall as you twist. Now as we untwist, moving that left foot either by the thigh or down by the calf, sitting up tall, flexing the right foot, Janu Shirsasana, head to knee pose. You fold over that right leg. Slowly come up. Last seated stretch, butterfly, Baddha Konasana. So the seated version, you pull your feet in together now. And as you fold, maybe you use those elbows to help press the inner thighs down. Or if you prefer to just walk your hands forward, you can also do that. Stretching into your inner thighs, also your lower back. Slowly come up, bring your knees together, and then we'll roll down onto your back, all the way down, hugging your knees back in, maybe a little rock side to side again, massaging the lower back. And then bring it into a happy baby, grabbing the inside edges of the feet, lengthen your tailbone down, flex your feet, and then actively press down with your hands. So it's like you're pushing your knees towards the floor on the outside of the ribs. And then once you get that, you can still add that little rock side to side if you want. Massaging the back and opening up the hips. Hug your knees back into your chest. Placing your feet now on the floor, setting up for a cross-legged version of our spinal twist. So both arms go out to the side like a T, and then we take the right leg, cross it over the left so that the knees are stacked there. Move your hips an inch or two to the right first to line up your spine, and drop your knees to the left. So if you decide with the legs crossed is too much, you can uncross them and do that gentle spinal twist that we did at the beginning. If it feels okay on the neck, you turn your head, look to the right, maybe closing your eyes. Bring your legs through center and then switch the cross of the leg. So now the left leg goes over the right. Move your hips an inch or two to the left first. Then drop your knees to the right and turn your head to the left, taking that cross-leg spinal twist on the other side, coming into our final pose before our Shavasana today. Then we'll bring it to center, uncross those legs, wrap your arms around your shins, and curl up into a nice tight ball. Bring your forehead up to your knees, give yourself a big hug, and then we let it go. Coming into Shavasana, our final relaxation. Letting the legs extend long, the feet just fall open, arms relax alongside you, palms facing up, and then try to shrug your shoulders further down away from your ears to keep the neck long. As you close your eyes here, clear away any last remaining thoughts. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go, letting your muscles relax even deeper into the floor. Slowly beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, starting to bring some small movements back into your body. Maybe draw a couple circles with the wrists and ankles, moving them in both directions. Maybe gently moving your head a little bit side to side. Anything that feels good to you. Then when you feel ready, we'll reach the arms overhead, reach the legs long, create that nice full body stretch, getting as tall as you can. Keeping the eyes closed, hug your knees into your chest, rolling over to one side, coming into a fetal position. And using the hands to help press you all the way up, coming into a comfortable seated position, crossing the legs, sitting up tall, hands come together at heart center, Anjali Mudra. And take a couple last deep breaths here, scanning your body, noticing how it feels after your yoga practice today. And take one more nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go. Lifting your hands to your forehead, your third eye center, and bowing forward. Namaste.